Good morning and welcome to The Entrepreneurs, a show that seeks to inspire and advise on financial literacy. My name is Lady K, and today on the show I'm with Randy, a marketing designer. We are talking about his enterprise. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, my pleasure.
Yeah.
First, my first question to you is, what is a marketing designer?
Okay. I guess there's two words that are involved there: the marketing aspect and the design aspect of things.
Okay.
Yeah. The design aspect of things is where I actually started my career in just creativity and just being visually creative. That's my skill. And the marketing side of things is about selling and understanding products. So with marketing design, yeah, literally just mixing the two together, understanding how to visually either illustrate or produce products in an appealing way to a particular market.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's about being creative,
Yeah.
and marketing the creative
And
product.
marketing, exactly.
Okay, so what skills do I need to get started? Like for one to be a marketing designer, what do you
Okay.
need?
I don't know if art is a skill. I guess, yeah. In this modern world, yeah, you have to be a bit tech literate with the computers that we're using. When we started, all you needed was a pen and pencil, and you could make something out of that there.
Okay.
But these days, you're going to have to be computer literate to some
Computer
extent,
literate.
yeah, to be able to use the applications as was in the modern time. So I guess basic art and literature knowledge, and then yeah, a passion for selling things and creativity. I don't know if those are skills though, yeah, but that's I think what you need basically.
Okay,
Yeah.
talking about designs,
Yeah.
what do you design exactly?
What do I design? Okay, I design from I call it visual design. I do anything which is we call it, let's see, what is the term here? Anything generated from the computer. Yeah, so it can be an idea someone wants to do, something like a card, a letterhead. So from individual's perspective or from the corporate's perspective. So it can be for business or for personal. So those are the things I design for personal people and also for the business side of things. For personal individuals, you're looking at gifts and cards in that aspect, t-shirts, those type of things there. Also in the corporate world, you get more documentation, paperwork, which sometimes also requires design side of things or actual products. Yeah, that's what I mostly spend my day designing.
Okay, I
Yeah.
understand you have knowledge on typography,
Yeah.
digital marketing, and
Yeah.
online presence.
Yeah.
Would you please maybe explain to me what that means?
Okay.
Maybe starting with the typography.
Okay, so typography, which is extract from the word type, which is one of the most basic words we use in graphic design. Type is basically a style of writing.
Okay.
Yeah, so the style of writing and the style of lettering usually communicates differently to different audiences that you're looking to communicate with. So you'll find that simple style, simple type of writing communicates in a very formal and simple way. Then you've got your abstract styles of writing and abstract styles of typography, which we use like your graffiti styles or calligraphy and things like that there. So it's just a different way of communicating. It can be the same message in bold, simple font, or something which is stylish and which is what we look at in typography.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
and
moving on to digital marketing.
Digital marketing, since we've grown up in a world which became digital. I'm a 90s baby, but I've grown up in the digital world. And in the 90s, things were not as digital as per se. But yeah, in this time where everything on our phone, everything works from our phones and everything is mobile and stuff like that, the digital marketing mostly looks at ways of not going with traditional marketing, signs and things which people interact with as they go through their day-to-day lives. But now, since we interact mostly with our phones and our devices, it's a way of just getting a message across on those platforms there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And then
And
online presence.
Online presence just talks about how we interact with people online, kind of, yeah, in the web, on the internet, and yeah, on the web as per se, on the internet, etc. But your presence is basically how you want people to relate to you, how you want people to perceive you as per se. So just like how we have physical presence, you look nice, etc., you like this kind of hair, and then online also you can give yourself a certain kind of appeal as to a way people should look at you. So individuals have certain influence in that space, so do businesses as well.
Okay.
Yeah,
Also, as a designer,
yeah.
what important questions do you ask from a client before you do designs?
Okay. For me, with my experience now, I've learned to kind of get to understand certain things about their business.
Okay.
Yeah, starting with from a certain book that I read, in also expanding my knowledge in design. One of the most important questions in understanding someone or business or something is understanding the why. Why does someone want to do something? What is their actual reason for getting into that thing? And what do they expect to get out of it? So you get to understand that person's vision or that business's core values. That then gives me room to then become creative in that space then.
Yeah, to know what's really needed.
Exactly.
For them.
Yeah, just to get to their pain points. We call them pain points.
Oh.
Yeah, those issues that they just need addressed by someone who they can, something that they can't do for themselves when they come to us designers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what's your goal as a marketing designer?
What is my goal?
Yeah.
Ideally, when I got into it, my main idea was to get into the media space.
Okay.
So yeah, I like visual illustrations and media-related creativity. So my goal is to kind of have a positive influence in the media space, and as from my understanding how media is also a form of communication, just to create a clean and safe environment in the media space, and also just to channel, to make that space progressive from a Zimbabwean perspective and a global view as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, in your experience
Yeah.
as a marketing designer,
Yeah.
what can you say constitutes a successful marketing designer?
What constitutes a successful marketing designer? I'm not sure. A big check? I don't think so. Well, people have different levels of what they consider their success. Personally, I, as I said, my mine would be how influential I could be, how positively influential I could be in my surroundings, from my community to the city and country and the world as per se. So just being able to influence people in a positive way from my side of things, creating stuff that influences positively. That's just also being a brand ambassador of positivity. That's my goal in terms. That's my success. So whether it comes with a big paycheck, that would be a plus. At least my kids will go to private school and stuff. But yeah, that's how I see my success.
Okay,
Yeah.
so it's about being influential in the
Yeah.
environment that you live in.
Yeah.
But what are the common mistakes that are made by designers, marketing designers?
Okay, I'm not sure whether this is from a personal perspective or on a business side of things. I guess growing up in Bulawayo, I've been exposed to a few bigger markets. I've worked in Harare before, I've worked in South Africa. And that exposure kind of just gave me a chance to see the world in a different way. And that helps me correct my mistakes based on my experience. So as a designer, what I would just suggest for other designers is go out there and see the world and have a broader world view, have a broader picture of what the world is, and therefore you'll find your space of where exactly you want to be in there.
Okay,
Yeah.
can you justify for me the fact that every company needs a marketing designer?
Well, this is the 21st century. I hope there was a camera which I could actually. So yeah, in the 21st century, this is the third industrial revolution. I guess was kind of like digitalization. So if you are not going digital, also selling. That's just to say it plainly. And if you're not influencing in those digital spaces, again, also selling. So that's the one thing I would say to companies that don't have a creative digital person in their body as well. Yeah, also selling. That's just going against the grain.
So tell me about your experience in the previous companies that you worked for as a designer.
Okay, I haven't worked for so many people. I've worked with a lot of people, but working for, my experience was initially out of school. I started an apprenticeship after my O levels. I got an opportunity to get into a company that was offering an apprenticeship. So that was my first employer. That went well. I managed to successfully get out of that there. And from then, I guess I just had the urge to produce my ideas, to do things in a way of which I guess I wanted to do them the way I liked them. So that's how I got into the enterprise space of things. I started a business at a very early age. I think I was about 18. And I was just doing personalized t-shirts and branding for individuals and businesses as well. So I've only ever been employed a few other times after that there. And my experience has been, my goal is mostly growth. I always try and get into a space, and if I can grow from that space, that'll be the idea.
So
That'll
is
be
there
the
a
goal.
particular organization that you would want to work for?
That I would want to work for. My goals are, as I said, the media space. In Africa, Channel O would be a nice place to find myself. They're influential, and I think they're really doing a lot for youth and the urban culture. Those are the kind of spaces I'd like to see myself. Google is a nice place to find yourself. Yeah, those kind of spaces, I think, people that really influence the modern culture and life. Yeah, those are the people that I would really love to get to sit and work with.
Okay.
Yeah.
So since you started at the age of 18,
Yeah.
you were young by then.
I was.
So by that time, also go fund marketing design, or it was something essentially that you were always doing, even at home.
At home, I guess, from endlini, I was just considered the guy who just knew how to solve problems. I was that MacGyver. Yeah. So after school, finding myself in a design studio, I guess I started solving problems in that space there.
Okay.
So that's what led me also to get into enterprise and find myself solving more media-related problems for people. So it wasn't really a thing of that art and media were the thing I wanted to do, but I guess I was just that guy that was looking to just solve some problems.
So the thing didn't start after you went to school?
No. The whole, I've just been a creative guy in my record, academic, also in school. I've just always loved just being creative and solving problems in a creative way, that type of thing. So I guess businesses need that there when they're looking at getting into the market, yeah. And also, ideally, the whole idea of business is just getting to solve people's problems, from whether you're in the banking field or mining. Ideally, we're all looking at solving problems in our societies. So for me, I guess that's where I started doing small little things, which I hope grow and I find myself influencing bigger spaces. Yeah, that's how I've looked at my growth. I'm still young and still growing,
Yeah.
so I've got a lot to learn. I've got a lot to experience as well. But that's my passion, is in solving problems.
I understand you currently doing your studies online.
Yes.
Tell me more about it.
Okay. Fortunately, with being on the internet and browsing a lot, I came across a kind of like an institution, an educational institution, which was offering certain courses which I thought might also help me grow in my knowledge and my experience as well. So I checked it out, and being a Zimbo, you're skeptical about some of these things here. The payment methods are going to be crazy. Finding access to Forex, it's crazy. But I decided to take it up with me. And I had also seen it via Econet. They always send a lot of messages. So I tried not to be negligent. Sometimes you just look at your inbox, see, okay, a message from them, and they're like, these guys. Yeah. Then one day I clicked on one of them, and it was that institution that was offering a variety of stuff. But I found something which kind of interested me, which was the digital marketing course. So that's what I got myself into, and I'm still on my way to completing that thing. So you get to see also, when you're studying with someone who's from abroad and stuff, you get to see the world also in a different view. You get to see social media from a different perspective. You get to experience it in a different way. And that's what I hope to, after getting all my knowledge from there, those are the spaces I'll be looking at getting into.
So talking about finances in terms of your online studies, how did you find it? Is it expensive or?
The costs, when you look at it as compared to ideally, it's something which I can't find locally in the market. There's no institution here which I can go to and say, "Mfungwenzi course enje," and it will be there available. So to start off with, it's something which is not on the market, and meaning our system is a bit behind in terms of catching up with the digital world. We don't have much schools that are offering those kind of things. So that was a plus, because I was doing something which I won't be able to find. On the other hand, the difficulties are always, since it's online, at certain points I have to find myself in a place where I'm connected to the internet and have access, where I can go through a full lecture and a full lesson whilst I'm online without having any troubles, any glitches or stuff. So those are the difficulties, excluding the whole issue. Payment is the biggest issue, even if it's not expensive, but finding a way to get to pay someone who is in Ireland or in the UK is a difficult thing for a young Zimbabwean youth out here. So you can communicate with them, DM and stuff like that. Then they tell you, okay, we accept Visa and Master. And you're thinking, EcoCash, RTGS, and those are real life issues which we are trying to deal with. So you get other banking options which sometimes offer you, but it's risky, but sometimes it's a risk I was willing to take myself. Yeah, so I did it. I do my banking with Stuart Bank. this is not an endorsement. So they offer a non-charge MasterCard, which I can put funds into and then get to make payments online. So that's how I've tried to work it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your experience as a freelancer.
Yeah, freelance has been my thing since for a while now. After going through South Africa and working a little bit for some people there, it's more a thing of just I guess learning how to manage your time. Yeah, because sometimes in business, I guess time is the most vital resource we have in business, in life as well. So freelancing is not the easiest of things to do if your self-management is not so on point, because you have to manage your time, you have to manage your work schedule, you have to be a person that's willing to go out there, you have to have decent public relations, because there's no one standing in front getting to talk to clients for you. You have to be able to talk to clients, different kinds of clients, different kinds of people. So for me personally, I guess maybe I'm someone who I try and relate to people a lot. I'm very open-minded generally about how I view people and the world. So it's a fun experience for me, freelancing. It's fun, but I enjoy it very much, to the point where sometimes I forget that it's actually meant to be business. Because sometimes you get to have a relationship with someone and realize that they're working on something which is bigger than just the money that's involved. So those are some of my experiences in freelancing as a designer. Yeah.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what makes you unique as a designer?
What makes me unique as a designer? That's a difficult question. There's only one of me in the world, so that makes me unique. I guess my passion, I'm willing to go an extra mile to get someone's, so to get to communicate what clients really want, how they want to see themselves out here. So I don't know if that makes me unique, but yeah, I'm willing to I'm passionate, highly passionate about seeing people's visions being fully executed, from design, whether personal, from businesses, whether businesses or at work when I'm working with individuals. Yeah.
So you said you did your studies from where?
Locally here. I did an apprenticeship, which was attached with a few lecturers who were at Poly, the art school at Poly. So ideally, it was kind of like in sync with the local polytechnic from here. So it's kind of like going through getting a master and you are a student, and you have to learn everything your master knows whilst you're getting the work experience as well. So ideally, what I mainly got out of it was a lot of work experience. I didn't do any academic courses. I am self-taught as a designer, and in terms of using the tools we use, which are programs and software, I'm self-taught. I have a personal background in just computer usage. So from that, they already had an idea of how to use the computer. And by the time we were now doing design-related stuff, I guess it was easy for me to grasp the idea. So academically, I haven't actually studied anything to do with design. I only just started studying related with marketing related stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So in terms of design, I'm self-taught. Yeah.
But do you have any plans of taking up those studies?
I've looked into it, and I guess when I really get to think about it, for me, I did it to enterprise, which is the business side of things and making a living out of it.
Okay.
So ideally, someone who makes a living is someone who can sell. So if you're a designer and you don't sell, ideally you're still not yet making money. But if you're someone who sells and you don't design, you still have a chance of making some money. So I figured I have to teach myself, I have to literally find myself in spaces where I can learn how to sell things.
Okay.
Those are the things I would love to learn about. I'd love to go into business school and stuff like that and learn more about enterprising. The design side of things, I think, comes with your people's passion. That's what really develops you. Sometimes you find people with, what we would say, they're just natural designers, natural artists, creatives like that thing. So I'm a creative artist in the sense that I like to create in the design space. So, but I'm not an artist. Or I don't know what really defines. It's a difficult way to actually define someone by their art. But yeah, personally, I like to sell things.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, designs to you, they come natural?
It's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. I guess it comes also just like people who write books and stuff like that. Do you just come up with it and do a book or something? It takes a lot of doing research, developing an idea, brainstorming and stuff like that. It's not like someone tells me what they want and I sit for like 5 minutes and come up with some stuff. When you see the end product, you might think that this was simple and easy, but there's a lot of thought to it. Yeah. So usually with a lot of thought comes mental health. So I'm part of Tech Village, which is a hub for technical entrepreneurs. So that's the space that I usually use just to keep myself refreshed as well, because I think it comes with a lot of mental strain as well. Yeah, it's not just picking up a pen and a pencil and a paper and sketching some stuff. Yeah, you just have to have peace of mind and a whole lot of other factors. Yeah, so it's difficult, but we do it. We do it every day. Yeah.
So, njengomuntu who is into marketing, and maybe can you share with us the best ways of marketing products?
That day you might have to make an appointment with me for me to give you the best ways. But I guess it's about knowing what you want to achieve, knowing yourself and understanding your audience. Mostly it's about really understanding your audience, understanding who you want to reach, who you want to target, and then getting to communicate, because it's just like having a conversation with someone. You have to get to understand each other, and that's what makes the business side of it much more easier as well. But for more in-depth on that, I guess, an appointment can be made and we can discuss more for those interested in getting to know how they can get to communicate with their audiences.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And what message would you give to your viewers?
Okay. My message would be, I guess, follow your passion. I guess that's what got me here. And even though it gets difficult, but stick to your passion, stick to what you love. And that's my message.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.